We will be talking about one important question in philosophical problem, this time around in Module 2, which is political philosophy. And our question: can the state be regarded as an obstacle to freedom? Or, put in another way, is the state a hindrance to an individual's liberty? The issue of the state and human liberty has been a source of debate in so many years, for so many years. Now, on one hand, the state is regarded as an obstacle to freedom, while on the other hand, some philosophers say the state is a promoter of freedom. First and foremost, what is a state? The state can be defined as a human grouping having a defined territory and a government. And when we talk about freedom, we are talking about liberty, the ability for a person to act freely without any obstacle. On one hand, let us look at the first side, which is the state is an obstacle to freedom. First point, the state is an obstacle to freedom because the states reduce man's natural freedom. According to the free willists, man is naturally free. That means man is a free being. But the existence of the state makes man not to be able to exercise his freedom. So man cannot carry out his natural freedom because of the presence of the state. So wherever man goes, he has to dance to the tune that the state has actually impounded on man. That is the reason why Bakunin says the state is like an immense graveyard where all the liberties of an individual they are buried in it. The state is an immense graveyard where it dictates on the state. It dictates on an individual. It makes an individual to be like a slave. Number two, the state is an obstacle to freedom because the state actually the state is an obstacle to freedom because the state is a disguised form of class domination. This reason is put forth by Karl Marx. Karl Marx sees the state as a game of the upper class suppressing the lower class for their personal benefit. So according to Karl Marx, the upper class have all the freedom while they use their freedom to suppress the lower class from having their freedom. That's why Karl Marx quoted that the state is a place or an opportunity for the upper class to dominate or oppress or exploit the weaker class. So through the state, an individual cannot manifest his freedom because the upper class, which is a ruling class, will obviously suppress them. On the other hand, the state is a promoter of freedom. Number one, the state provides or the state guarantees law, order, security, and peace in a society. Can there be freedom when there is no peace? Can there be freedom when there is no security? The state provides a good atmosphere. The state has its military. The state has its laws. The state has all these things in order to do what? In order to put the society in a perfect and conducive way so that an individual can enjoy his freedom. Without the state, man will become a wolf to another man, just like Hegel put it. The state helps so that man will not take his freedom and suppress another person from enjoying his own freedom. Also, the state also is a promoter of freedom because the state guarantees justice and equality. Without the state, there will be a very huge gap between the weak and the strong. Those who are weak, they will be oppressed. Those who are weak will be overcome by the strong. It means you can just be walking and a strong person just tells you, give me your car keys, and you just give. And nobody will be there to disturb you. And you see, people will not enjoy their freedom. But now, the strong even sees the weak enjoying freedom, but they cannot do anything about it because of what? They are afraid of the state. So the state helps to bring equality and justice, which are very necessary for every individual to enjoy his freedom. At the end of the day, you have to conclude by saying that the state promotes freedom. The state is not an obstacle to freedom, it promotes freedom. But in your synthesis, you have to take a middle stand by saying that the state promotes freedom, but the state too can also deny freedom depending on the situation that is at stake.